The Setup Worker Details page is where you will identify the worker name, hours, services, permission sets, compensation preferences, etc. Worker Profile. To add or edit a new worker, follow these steps. Go to the navigation menu, then Setup Worker Details. Click Add New to add a new worker or select an existing worker to edit. Enter a start date. Enter a first, middle, optional, and last name. Enter an email address. Enter a username. Pro tip: the username is traditionally the email unless the worker is at multiple locations. Enter a password, then retype password. Worker Detail Preferences. Send email for booked appointment. Anytime an appointment is booked, an email will be sent to the worker. Send email for canceled appointment. Anytime an appointment is canceled, an email will be sent to the worker. View only My Appointment. When enabled, only the worker will only be able to see their own appointment calendar from the browser or worker app. View only My Goals. When enabled, only the worker will only be able to see their own goal results from the browser or worker app. Hide client contact info. When enabled, the worker will only be able to see clients' first names and last initials. The last name, address, phone and email will be hidden. Hide appointment book values. When enabled, the worker will not be able to see the amount of transactions, percent of rebook, total number of appointments, etc. on the appointment page. Allow retail sales. When enabled, the worker can be credited for product sales in checkout. Display order. If workers should appear on the calendar in a specific order, enter a numerical value to identify the order they should appear in. Time clock pin, traditionally a 4-digit pin for the worker to enter to clock in and clock out. Hourly wage, enter a dollar amount that will be used when hourly wage is the value in a compensation method. Salary, enter a dollar amount that will be used when salary is the value in a compensation method. Security permission, select the permission set to assign to the worker. Primary compensation method, select the compensation method to assign to the worker. Secondary compensation method, select the compensation method to assign to the worker as a secondary compensation method. The secondary compensation method is traditionally used when a worker is paid a service commission biweekly, but a product commission quarterly. Worker photo, upload a photo of the worker to appear at the top of their appointment column and on the goals and dashboard pages. Hours. Worker scheduled hours. Enter the open time and a close time formatted in 12:30 p.m. or if the worker does not work on a day, leave the open and close fields blank. These hours will appear as available on the appointment book. Online availability hours. Enter the open time and a close time formatted in 12:30 p.m. or if the worker does not work on a day, leave the open and close fields blank. If the hours are the same as the worker schedule hours, click the Same Hours checkbox. These hours will be selectable from the online booking experience. Pro tip: the online hours vary from the scheduled hours to give the worker and business more control over how the availability the client can see through the online booking experience. For example, businesses may not allow clients to book the first or last hour of the day or on Saturdays themselves. Enter a note for reference in the list of custom hours. Add custom hours. Click Add custom hours to identify days off for the worker, alternate hours, or adjusted hours. Days off will schedule the individual worker off for the date range entered. Click the Repeat Weekly option to schedule the worker off every other week or every third week. Custom hours will show adjusted availability from the traditional hours. Click the Repeat Weekly option to schedule the availability every other week or every third week. Enter a note for reference in the list of custom hours. Repeat for all days off or revisit this section later. Click Save when done. Services. Appointment services book every selected duration for the worker's appointments to be scheduled. This preference will relate to when a worker uses the Find Appointment page or the client uses the online booking page to offer availabilities. Select level. Select a level 1 through 10 to identify the service level closely associated to the worker's pricing and duration. Click Apply Level to update. Select Services. Use the arrow to show or hide a list of the services in each service group. Performs checkbox enabled notes that the worker offers this service. Online checkbox enabled notes that the worker offers this service online. To customize the price, duration, or service fee, click the pencil to the right of the service. Other. Note, the Other tab is all for record-keeping purposes only. No settings on this page are required or will appear in the software. First, middle and last legal name. Address: street, city, country, state, zip. Birth date. Primary and mobile phone. Worker notes. Multi-location user, this setting requires additional setup by Inspire by STX Development. To enable a multi-location user, please contact STX support at 1-800-766-4778. Emergency contact name and phone number. Click Save once completed.